Namaskar friends, welcome to another session of Multisim tutorial. In today's session we are going to learn how to plot VI characteristics of a Zener diode. The flow of our today's session, first we're going to learn how to prepare the circuit for forward bias as well as the reverse bias characteristics, and then after at the end section we are going to plot the graph using Excel sheet. So watch the full video because we are going to discuss some of the key functions and features of Zener diode. So let's begin the session. So first of all we will prepare a circuit. We'll take a blank sheet, create, and now we'll go to the component toolbar. First of all from the diodes we'll go to Zener diode, and then we'll take 1N5221B diode. So this diode we are going to use, and here I have the data sheet for this diode 1N5221B. So the Zener voltage of this diode is 2.4 volt, and in today's video we are going to verify this. So now let's get back to the simulation, and now we are going to get the remaining components. We'll go to sources, we will take ground, okay, then signal voltage source, and we are going to use DC interactive voltage, okay. Why we are going to use this, that I'll tell you later on. And then after we are going to use one of the resistor. We'll go to basics, go to resistor and bring any of the random resistor, okay. And now we'll connect the circuit. Just rotate it using Ctrl+R, connect the circuit. Here we go, circuit is ready. We want to measure two parameters, voltage across the diode and current through the diode. So we are going to use one voltmeter and one multimeter. Here on the right hand side you can get the multimeter. Just place it, take another and place it. This is a multimeter. You can measure voltage and current using this multimeter. If you want to understand how to measure voltage and current using this meter, I have a separate video and the link for that is provided in description box. So let's connect this across the diode to measure the voltage, and this meter should be connected in series to measure the current, and we'll delete this. So now this meter is connected in series. Double click it, place it on voltage, okay. Double click it, place it on current. We are giving DC quantity, so keep it in DC. Just double click this source. Maximum value of our supply voltage is 5. We are going to give maximum 5 volt, and increment, the amount of increment we want to give is 2%. Why 2%? Maximum voltage is 5. The amount of increment in voltage we want to give is 0.1. So 0.1 divided by 5, and that we are going to get is 2%. So this is 2%. If you press key A, it will increase by 0.1 volt. Keep on pressing and it will increase by 0.1 volt. So this is the use of this source, and now you got why we have got this source, because if you use normal DC source, every time you have to double click it, open it, and you need to change the voltage. But here by just pressing a key A, you can increase the amount of voltage you have decided. So now we are going to start the simulation. We will change the amount of resistance. This much of big resistance we do not want, so we just keep it as 500 ohm. It's voltmeter, it's ammeter. We'll keep these things to open. Let's run it and see, observe, at 0 volt it gives 0 current, right? Now we have increased voltage to 0.1 volt and the current is 100 picoampere. Let's move it ahead 200 millivolt. So 0.2 volt is the supply voltage and 200 millivolt across the diode. So whatever supply voltage we are giving, all this voltage is across this diode. And why it is like so? Because of its depletion region, depletion layer. The current is 200 picoampere. So we'll increase up to 3, then 4, 0.4 volt, 0.5 volt, 0.6 volt. See, so when we have reached up to 0.6 volt, voltage across this diode is almost 0.6 volt. It's 598 millivolt. So it's almost 600 volts. But see the current, the amount of current increase is almost 1000 times. Before, the amount of current is in picoampere range, but now the amount of current is in microampere range. So now the current has started to increase, right? Now let's move it again, 0.7 volt. So when we change it to 0.7, current has increased up to certain amount. It's 0.8. Current has increased a bit more, 0.9, 1 volt, and now you can see the amount of increase in current is little bit more. So as we are increasing the voltage, the current is increasing, right? So 1.3 volt, 1.4 volt, 1.5, 1.6, and as we are increasing the amount of volt, the current is increasing. Be sure that I have mentioned all the readings, and at the end we are going to plot it through Excel sheet. So don't worry about to remembering this voltage and current reading. So we have provided almost 2 volts here, and see it's 2.4 milliampere of current is flowing through the circuit and almost 0.77 volt across the diode, right? When we have provided 3 volts over here, it's almost 4.4 milliampere of current. So let's increase it up to 4 volt, and now it's almost 0.8 volt across the diode and 6 milliampere of current is flowing through this, right? Let's keep it up to 5 volts. So it's almost 0.8 volt and 0.8 milliampere of current. So this is the readings. We are going to stop this thing, right? And now I'm going to open the Excel sheet, right? So over here in Excel sheet, I have mentioned all the readings from 0 to 0.774 and the readings of current. So the readings I have mentioned over here, and now we are going to plot a graph. So for that, just double click it, go to insert. This is the charts, click on this corner. Okay, so first of all, sorry, we forgot to select the region. So we need to select this region, and now just click this corner, see all charts, and from this all charts we are going to plot a scatter chart. Just to select this first one and press OK. So there we go. So this is the VI characteristics of 1N5221 Zener diode. Just click over here, go to add, click on axis title, and you can give the title to axis. It's our VD, voltage across diode, and it's our ID, current through diode. So there we go. This is the forward bias characteristics of our Zener diode. Now we are going to plot the reverse bias characteristics of our Zener diode. So let's get back to Multisim. Now we are going to reverse this diode. So we just do a Control X, Control V. We have pasted this diode over here. Press Control R 2 times, and the diode is in reverse condition. This section is anode of diode and this section is cathode of diode. So cathode is connected to positive and anode is connected to negative. So this diode is now connected into reverse bias. Again, we are going to reduce this voltage up to 0 volts and we'll start the simulation. One more important thing I'll tell you at the end of the simulation, that what will happen when we change the amount of this resistance, but that we'll do at the end of the simulation. Right now let's begin the simulation. So at 0, when we increase voltage, it's 100 millivolt and 100 picoampere. It's the same as previous one. It's 200 200, then 300 300, 400 400, 5 5, 6 6. In forward bias condition, when we have reached up to this 0.6, then current has slightly started to increase. Let's see what happens in reverse bias condition. In reverse bias condition, current is still in the same picoampere range. When it's 0.8, but the current is still in that range, you can consider this current as 0, almost 0 ampere of current. So there is no doubt in considering this thing. Now if we increase this voltage further, see what you can see. If it is 1.1 volt still, but there is almost 0 ampere of current, right? Let me show you the datasheet of this diode. Datasheet says that it can withstand up to 2.4 volts. So let's check that thing. We are increasing the voltage. Now we have increased the voltage up to 2 volts. And when the voltage is in 2 volt condition, but see, the current is still in nano ampere range, so you can consider it as current is still 0. It's 2.1, it's 2.2 now, and when we reach up to 2.2, now current has moved from nano ampere to microampere range, right? So now current is in microampere range when the supply voltage is 2.2 and the voltage across the Zener diode is almost 2.2. Let's increase it further. It's 2.3, 96 microampere, 2.4, 247 microampere, 2.5, 420 microampere, but see over here, it's still almost 2.2, 2.3 volts, right? We have increased this voltage up to 3 volts over here. Now the current is in milliampere range. It's almost 1000 times the microampere current, but still the voltage is 2.3. So you can understand from these readings that Zener breakdown voltage of this diode is almost 2.3, 2.4 volts, and it can maintain constant voltage around 2.4 volts. Let's increase this voltage further. Let's increase up to 4 volts, right? Voltage across the Zener diode is 2.34 volts only, and the current is 3.3 milliampere. Let's increase it furthermore up to 5 volts, but the voltage across the Zener diode is 2.358 and current has increased up to 5.2 milliampere. So from this we can understand that current increases, but the voltage across Zener diode still remains almost constant from 2.3 to 2.4 volts around. Now let's stop this thing, place all these readings into the Excel sheet. So let's move to Excel sheet, and then we are going to plot the graph of reverse bias characteristics. So these are the readings of reverse bias condition of Zener diode. You can observe that voltage across diode are taken as minus volts and current through diode is taken as minus ampere. The sign minus is taken because in previous condition, in forward bias condition, we have taken the direction of volts as positive, the current as positive, and in this condition, let's see over here, the diode is reversed, right? So the polarity of voltage and current is reversed, and that's why in this condition we have taken this as negative. Now we are going to select this readings. So we have taken many readings of reverse bias so that we can have a proper graph. Double click on insert, click on this corner section of the chart, select this scatter chart and press OK. So this is the reverse bias characteristics of the Zener diode. Click the graph, go to plus, add axis, click on axis title. It's our supply, it's our voltage across Zener diode, so it's VD. This axis is our current, so ID, and this is the complete graph of reverse bias condition of diode. We are going to combine this positive as well as negative characteristics. So and now you can see that the forward and reverse characteristics of a Zener diode. Let's just zoom out a little bit, right? So this is how you can observe. So this is the forward and reverse characteristics of Zener diode. The key information I want to share is something else. One more key information I want to share it with you. For that, let's go to simulation. See, over here we have kept this resistance up to 500 ohm, and the maximum current flowing through the diode in reverse bias condition is 5 milliampere. We just switch to the datasheet. The maximum current in reverse bias condition is 0.25 milliampere, right? So what will happen when we increase the current through this Zener diode from 0.25 milliampere? So what will happen when we increase the maximum limit of reverse current of the Zener diode? For that, let's make this 500 ohm resistance as 1 ohm. And now we'll perform the same thing, right? We are going to run this thing. We'll change it, the amount of voltage across the diode, because up to 2.2 volts it remains the same constant voltages. Now it's 2.3 volt, 2.4 volt, and the current through this diode is 13 milliampere. So it's near to its maximum limit of 25 milliampere. Now if we further increase the supply voltage, what will happen? See, we have increased this voltage up to 2.5, the voltage across diode is 2.4, but see, the current through diode is 55 milliampere. It's more than its capacity, right? But which capacity? This 0.25 means if the current flowing through the diode is kept below 25 milliampere, then this diode can maintain voltage across the diode 2.4 volts. But if you increase the amount of this current, then diode can no more maintain 2.4 volts across it. Let's observe that thing too. We have increased voltage across the diode up to 3 volts. The current is 350 milliampere, and see, the voltage across the diode is 2.6. So now it's more than 2.4 volts. If we increase up to 4 volts, and see, the current is 995 milliampere, and the voltage across the Zener diode is 3 volts. If we increase this up to 5 volts, the current is 1.6 ampere, and the voltage across diode is 3.35 volts. So the current, reverse current capacity, reverse allowable current capacity is very much important for the diode. Now let's just stop this thing. So this reverse allowable current flowing through the diode is very much important. In next video I am going to explain how we can prepare a voltage regulator using this diode. And when we are preparing voltage regulator, this thing is key in preparing the voltage regulator. So if you want to understand how to prepare voltage regulator using Zener diode, then stay connected to this channel. In upcoming videos I am going to explain this thing in detail. Until you watch our next video, till that time, bye bye.